Here we have the all-new 2024 Hyundai Kona. Now this Kona comes in the limited trim level with all-wheel drive in Atlas white. And then we have gray H-Tex interior. Now the powertrain consists of a 1.6 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine that's made it to an 8-speed automatic transmission. And love the new styling for 2024. Around in the front end here, we get that beautiful LED daytime running light bar along with LED headlamps. And I mean, Hyundai came hard with this. It has such a futuristic design, and this Limited just looks, it's the icing on the cake. One of the best things about this trim in particular are these 19-inch alloy wheels, which just looks stunning. There's a tire size there if you're curious. We get passive keyless entry on the front two doors. And I like the paint scheme, just how it has this white and then you kind of have this like matte finish here. It's a little dirty because all the stickers have been taken off. It hasn't even been through detail or anything, so excuse me. And the door panel, I like that it's all one color and it seems to flow together. It just, again, looks futuristic. We'll get to that in a minute. But rear window locks here, power door lock controls are here, power mirror controls are there. We have one-touch automatic up and down windows for the front, regular power windows for the back, and then we have blind spot monitors in the side mirrors. Bose sound system, so that sounds great. And then we have our electronic parking brake, pull up to engage, hit the brake, press down to disengage. And then we have power lift gate, right here. And then downhill brake control, traction control, hood release. And we do have a manual tilt and telescoping steering wheel. But there's our power driver seat with two-way power lumbar support. Those controls are right there. So I had that seat up front adjusted for someone of my size, being 6'3" with longer legs. But before we check out the rear space, big shout out to Hyundai of Cool Springs for allowing me to review this Kona today. I'll leave a link below in the description. And I apologize for the noise. The parking lots around here are pretty full, so I had to go to the lot closest to the interstate. So again, I apologize for that. But y'all can pause anywhere you need to get a closer look at this window sticker. Sticker price is $34,935. And there are the fuel economy numbers with all-wheel drive. But let's go ahead and take a look at the space back here. So not bad, honestly. With this to be such a small vehicle, I'm impressed with the legroom because they made this seat so skinny. This is one of the few seats I can actually wrap my entire hand around. So that helps with the legroom back here. Just the overall form, as you can see. We only have the seat back pocket behind the front passenger seat, which is no big deal. And then we have our rear AC vents for the back, which is a nice touch. And two USB-C charge ports here, and you can probably put your phone there if you have a shorter cord and just leave it there while it's charging. But love the updated interior. It looks fantastic. We have the power sunroof there, and we do have a nice bright LED bulb for the back. Fold this middle seat down, bottle holders are there, and then we just have the bar here on the left side if you want to hang a plastic hanger, maybe two metal hanger hooks there. Well, let's go ahead and head on to the back. And there is the latch. You want to turn your child lock on, just put the key in and turn it. Now, fuel door. I saw this earlier. It does have a latch, so for those of you that are concerned about somebody siphoning your gas, you do have a lockable door there that you can't just pry open. Now, as we come out of the back end here, pretty similar styling to the front in every way. LED light bar there, and then our LED tail lamps on the sides there. So I'm pretty impressed by that. And there's our exhaust. But we do get a power lift gate here again, so I'm gonna hit this button. It's pretty much underneath the end there. And there's our storage space, which is decent. And then we have a spare tire underneath here. So not the best room back here, but again, if you look at this thing, it's not a big vehicle. And for the size that it is, the room is pretty great. Now, if you ever want to fold the seat down, just come back here. And then that'll fold flat when the seat up front is far enough up. And then you can just fold it back into place till it locks. Pretty easy to do. And then to our front passenger seat, that is manual, but we can pump the seat up or down there, control the seat back there, and then the seat bottom pulling that bar there. And then the glove compartment with all the owner's manuals right there. Love how they integrated this pocket here. Nice and big, honestly. You could probably put 2-3 phones up there with no problem. Change or your wallet or whatever. But where this car really shines for me, excuse me, my voice just cracked. I love the exterior styling. They did a fantastic job with that. I just can't say enough about that. And here we have that 1.6 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. But now let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat. I might have to get the microphone out today because this wind and this road noise is awful. But to the steering wheel, we get a nice leather wrap steering wheel here. Love the horn sound. Now we get a 12.3 inch digital gauge cluster here, along with a 12.3 inch infotainment system. So from here, you can pull up your settings on that left-hand side, and then you can set up your home or work address for your navigation system. Now audio is over here, and for that we do get AM, FM, XM along with Bluetooth, and then we have wired Apple CarPlay, wired Android Auto compatibility. I would have liked to seen wireless compatibility, but not this year. Now all of our settings are in here. You can pull up the weather app if you want to. You have to have that Blue Link hooked up, and then you have voice memos, a valet mode, and then you can hook up with Blue Link as well, this Hyundai CarPlay. I don't know exactly what it does, but it's available. Now your settings are in here, so vehicle settings are right in there. So driver assistance, you can set that up. Everything can be controlled in there. Same for the climate, lights. And then gauge cluster settings, you can decide what theme you want. And then what graphic style as well. Just getting used to this screen, so I'm not as good navigating it as I'd like to be. But your language can be adjusted here, and then your units can be adjusted there if you want to go from miles to kilometers, Fahrenheit to Celsius. And I like that you can kind of pick and choose what you want to do there. You don't have to necessarily go full on metric if for whatever reason you don't want to. So I mean, I like how everything is set up here. It's pretty simple. And then you have shortcuts for all the big stuff here. So the navigation, you can just hit that and then go to the search menu here, and you can type in points of interest, addresses, whatever, or find nearby POIs there. And then you have all your instructions to use the system to the best of its ability. And then we have our favorites we can set up here, the custom button for nav as well as the steering wheel. And then again, the settings right in here. And then here you have a tune knob, and then volume can be adjusted, and you can just click it to turn the audio off. Now the shifter is in a pretty interesting spot. It's right down here, so pull down for reverse, tap up for neutral, pull all the way up for drive, press P for park, excuse me. But like that we have very high def cameras. That backup camera looks fantastic. We have the guidelines that follow you as you turn the steering wheel. You have that 360 view as well. And then the same with the front camera, just great picture with that 360 view to the right side as well. Now we do get dual zone automatic climate control, so temperature can be adjusted here, fan direction can be adjusted here, fan speed here. You have 3 stages of auto there, and then to turn the auto mode off, just adjust the fan speed, and then everything else is pretty self-explanatory. Cut the whole system off by hitting that button. And down here, USB-C charge ports are here. I love how they have the graphics here, so you can decide what you want to do, whether you want to use a USB and charge, or if you just want to have the wireless charging pad on, and then you have an indicator when that is hooked up as well. And that 12 volt, I like how they integrated that button there. That's pretty neat. Now that wireless charging pad is there. Down here's all the fun stuff for me. You get the 3-stage heated cool front seats, 2-stage heated steering wheel, then your automatic brake hold, your parking camera, and then you can also toggle those parking sensors here. You get 3 drive modes: snow, sport, normal. And then you can also lock that center differential there, and you have a little notification up top for that. And I like how they did the storage compartment, because I can lay my phone in here if I want to, and then still use these cup holders, and then you can also just kind of stow those back if you want, and then just push to get them back out. Then a little extra storage there underneath here, and then you can decide to move this tray or use it or not use it. Let me put it that way, and then you can close this off, but it's still easy to get to, whether you have that up or down. Now the sunroof, this is pretty neat for 24. We do have a power sunshade, so you can just click that button to open or shut it, and then pull this all the way back to get the roof open. But there's a view of the back seat from up here. That's as far back as that goes, and then you can of course close it. And if you want to tilt it, you can do that as well. Garage door transmitters underneath that rear view mirror. And then hit that light switch, and this is an LED bulb as well for that vanity mirror. Now back to the steering wheel. Your headlamp controls can be adjusted here. Your automatic high beams can be toggled there when you're in the auto mode. And then your low beams, again, you can just toggle those on, turn them off that way, or flash like that. And then we do have windshield wiper control, so one time off, intermittent, low, high. We can adjust the intermittent right in here, and then our rear wiper can be adjusted there. Push back for the rear wiper fluid, pull up for the front wiper fluid. Now paddle shifters are behind the steering wheel if you ever want to just cut those on. We'll test that out on the test drive. We do get standard smart cruise, so we can turn that on or off there, adjust that speed, and then we can adjust the gap here and toggle that lane centering assistance there. Favorites button for the steering wheel can be set up there, phone, and then volume can be adjusted. Click there to mute, and you can go through your track list or radio station presets here. Voice recognition, you can go through your audio sources. When you set those up, you can choose, hey, if I want just to go between Bluetooth and CarPlay, Android Auto, I can do that. Or if I want to have USB, FM, AM, and XM, I can choose which ones come on. And I like having that capability, because most vehicles just make you go through all the audio sources that are available. But if I never use the AM, I don't want to have to go through the AM and then hear static. So I like that. Now over here, we can go through our sub-menus of that gauge cluster, and then we can use the scroll bar to go through the different settings when available, and then use that as an OK button. But love that display. Push button starts here. And finally, here's our key fob with remote start. You can see that through the plastic. And then we also have the self-parking feature. We can use that to pull a car in or out of a spot. And then there's the power liftgate button there.